We thank you for being with us today. I feel proud and thank you for making this event a successful one. I would like to thank President Dr. Biswal, Vice Chancellor OUAT. Despite his busy schedule, has found time to bless the occasion. I am also thankful CEO TPNODL. His valuable idea and suggestions are worth wondering over and have widened the scope of the topic under review. They all have striven hard, taking time by the work to execute the assigned task to perfection and extend hospitality to all the participants and guests. I believe the immeasurable physical arrangements are the lifetime of an event. This conference would not have been possible if it had not been your commitment to add comfort to the stay of the participant and your organizational skill. Thank you once again. I express my heartfelt thanks to the press and media.
Guests and host team together on stage, standing all proud, tall and jubilant. Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, please? Is it all? All about the results CSR Leadership Summit and Awards 2024. Congratulations all awardees. This photo will speak about the success of this edition of this award.
State is the primary, the source of delivery of services. Then those who are working with the state, their role and their capacity, their abilities are very important. And as he was mentioning, either in police or in administration or in health services or in education, everywhere, the state is actually facing serious crisis of capacity. How to handle, the challenges. And our director of, IIT Bhubaneswar, with his rich experience, I hope this panel will continue or extend this discussion where the corporate social responsibility should move after completing this first 10 years of mandatory CSR. Let me first begin with Dr. Patil, and I would request her, especially because
I'm very aware it doesn't come within a month or 6 months or 1 year, it's something which is long term. So how does CSR accommodate and encompasses so that the ambit of CSR is able to accommodate health research priorities? My submission would be for that. Having said that, when COVID-19 pandemic struck, we had a tremendous, I would say, involvement of the CSR, because all of us might have been started to forget, but still some might be remembering the chaos and the confusion and the crisis that the country faced when we were to diagnose COVID-19. And at that time, all the diagnostic kits were being imported from USA, UK or Germany. One fine morning, USA stopped, because they also wanted to test for their COVID-19 patient. They stopped the exporting of all their COVID-19 kits. I remember Kaizen company told, we are not going to supply you an instruction kit, and which is very crucial for COVID-19 diagnosis. So that was something which made all of us to think how we can really make ourselves Atmanirbhar Bharat. We have been speaking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, but how truly translates it that COVID-19 pandemic not only showed us, but we also did it. brilliant minds, we sat together and tried to find out how can we design our own primer, our own probes, and we can synthesize our own kits. And it's definitely very heartening to share that the diagnostic kit for COVID-19 was something and we give it, but from the very beginning, we expect that CSR should be not only the co-developer, co-creator, but also co-implementer of the solutions. For example, there are certain rare diseases. I'm giving one example. There are certain muscular diseases where inherited muscular diseases, the treatment cost around 20 crore. So, but when we want to make it affordable in India, research organizations do not have that kind of liberty to invest. For example, CAR T cell therapy. So if we can do it in India, it will be less than 20,000. So these kind of support, if CSRs can pitch in, it's not only going to make India self-sufficient, but it's also going to save human lives. So my humble submission is that maybe we can think of how CSR proactively thinks research be a kind of thrust area for CSR, not in terms of tangible action, but somewhere we expect that we invest, but wait for the outcome at least down the line 2 years or 3 years. Thank you.
With Odisha is just 2 years old. So maybe I will start by, because this is about Odisha. So I'll start by giving a couple of comparisons between Tamil Nadu and Odisha that I have observed in the last 2 years. So there is one strong similarity I find, and that is if I move on the roads, the feel I get about Odia people in terms of their facial expressions, face, body language, skin color and everything is almost identical to that you will get in Tamil Nadu. If you move on the roads. Another point of similarity is Tamil Nadu, it's a land of temples, and I find Odisha also is a land of temples. Though the idea of aesthetics of temples and sculptures is different than in Tamil Nadu. In fact, the Konark temple, there is a museum which compares Tanjore temple with Konark temple. It's a very interesting comparison. But that is similarity, land of temples, both of them. The differences, two differences I found, is that you can speak in Hindi and get along. So for example, when media people approach me, media news channels, they tell me, sir, speak in Hindi rather than English, because that we can give to people in Odisha. That is one difference which I was not aware, that you can speak in Hindi to people and they will understand other than Odia. So other than Odia, Hindi is the language and not English here. In Tamil Nadu, on the other hand, other than Tamil, it is English and not Hindi. The second important difference I found is that though both are lands of temples, in Tamil Nadu there has been a rationalist and anti-religious movement which does play a role in social as well as political aspects. Whereas in Odisha, there is no such anti-religious or rationalist movement, and therefore the social and political discourse is different even when parties are contesting with each other. Okay, so that is about my observations about Odisha. Now coming to CSR. Since I have been a student of IIT, earlier a BTech student, and then a PhD student, and as a faculty, I have seen how IITs have changed over years. When I was a student, IIT was mainly evaluated for knowledge dissemination, that is teaching, knowledge generation, that is research. So, criteria and promotions. So, knowledge application became an important criterion in evaluating the impact of it. Later, wealth generation has got added. So now you find IIT is talking about entrepreneurship, development of entrepreneurship, modifying the curriculum to include courses related to entrepreneurship. So wealth generation has also got added in the activities of IIT. And very recently, IIT Bhubaneswar is one of the IITs, one of the only two IITs which has taken lead in training teachers for school education, integrated teacher education program. So I am just giving this background to then make a point on knowledge application, that is developing products and processes, collaboration with industry, wealth generation, that is entrepreneurship, and training school teachers. So these are the 5 broad areas in which the IITs are moving.
School or school teachers, that is the capacity building, which is very crucial, particularly as Mr. Mohapatra was highlighting the issue, especially in education. Personally I think, as I just forget the name of the economist, who said that instead of giving a fish to a person every day as a, something as a gift or, as a freebie, instead of giving fish every day, teach them how to catch a fish. That will make that person, independent. For only raising problems till now. But now it is expected from journalism also that you should also provide solution to these problems. Because there is too much negativity. When you are covering only negative stories, as someone defines journalism as, if a dog bites a man, it's not a news. When man bites a dog, it's a news. So from there, we are moving towards solution journalism, and it is expected from journalists that they should go to experts, ask them different solutions, and bring those solutions to the public domain, so that there should be an informed discussion and which will help in shaping the public policy.
So positive should be depicted positive, and third, it should not be kind of false positive, like those who don't have COVID also, it should not be there. So these require a series of procedures, like not only in-house standardization but also taking sample in different settings. It should work in a village, it should work in a city hospital, it should work in a medical college, it should work in an ICU. So this standardization took a lot of it was quite challenging. And third thing, most important where CSR comes to importance is how do we find the industry partner. We have the principle, we have the prototype or the proof of concept, but we can commercialize with the government organization. Therein actually we need the hand of the support of the industry partner who can not only commercialize but also scale it up so that it can be used for public. Our job is only for a handful, but eventually it has to be, if it has to be used for public at large, it has to be commercialized, scaled up, and not only scaled up, government should also take it up and distribute through their logistic and supply chain system. But I'm really happy to say that we had a partner, that is Indianex. I think I saw somewhere Dr. Sujay Singh also being a panelist somewhere. So we had a very good collaboration. Now we are also collaborating with a couple of 3 or 4, again, Make in Odisha at the point of care kits, because we do have kits which can work very good in sophisticated BSL-2 lab, BSL-3 lab, but we need for the patient for timely treatment something which is point of care, immediately at the bedside. Thank you.
The climate change, which is a global issue, and in next 10-15 years, most of the globe
who are getting guided. So yes, I probably will be able to answer your question better after about a year, because I will be able to tell what is it specifically we are doing for women to help. Yeah. In this, probably more details I will be able to share after some developments happen. But IIT Bhubaneswar is actively participating in this. Yes.
Questions about the community, about CSR, about the future of Odisha, and we definitely had the befitting ones to talk about it. Professor Shripad Karmakar, Dr. Samavitra Pati, and Professor Anand Pradhan. Thank you once again for making this session worth remembering. These are words that we remembered and learned from. Ladies and gentlemen, in a short while we'll be starting our next panel discussion, Empowering Change.
So, Hello everyone. So the discussion is empowering change and the future of CSR. So I would first of all congratulate the organizers and Odisha CSR Forum for organizing such meaningful event. This is
ଆଜି ଆମେ ଏହି ସମାବେଶ ଆୟୋଜନ କରିଛୁ CSR ଉପରେ ମହତ୍ଵ ହେଉଛି କେମିତି ଆମେ କର୍ପୋରେଟ୍ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ସିଭିଲ୍ ସୋସାଇଟି ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ୍ ଆଉ NGOs PIS ମାନେ ମିଶିକରି କେମିତି କାମକୁ ଆଗେଇ ନେବେ ଆଉ କେଉଁ କେଉଁ ବିଷୟରେ ଦରକାର ପଡ଼ିବ ତା CSRର ରିକ୍ୱାରମେଣ୍ଟ ତା ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ କରି ତା ଉପରେ କାମ ଆଉ ଅନେକ ଗୁଡ଼ିଏ ଏଜୁକେସନ୍ କେମିତି एजुकेशन ठीक अच्छे कि क्वालिटी एजुकेशन केमती दिज्व से जब किसी सेमती हेल्थ केयर सेंटर सेमती क्लाइमेट चेंज सेमती प्लांटेशन वे डिस्कसन ये जहाँ निष्कर्ष आम कम आमर कॉर्पोरेट भाई मैंने एनजीओ रू एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन रू मेडिकल प्रोफेशन रू गोटे विचार चली ओके हमारा इन्विटेशन देख कर आए हैं वेरी गुड स्पीकर कंसर्न फॉर द मैन कंसर्न फॉर द पीपल
बूम क्लोज करे सुमन बूम दिया आगू को
मेरा नाम विजयदास प्रसाद
मैडम बचू
उड़ीसा CSR फोरम ये जो प्रोग्राम अरेंज किया है इट्स अ वेरी यूनिक प्रोग्राम इसमें हम चाहते हैं कि सभी इंडस्ट्री एक साथ हो एक्सचेंज करें आइडियाज़ क्योंकि करने के लिए बहुत है एंड मेनली उड़ीसा में ट्राइबल एरियाज़ में बहुत लोग हैं जिसको मदद चाहिए तो हम तो आए हैं इंडस्ट्री बनाने के लिए बिजनेस करने के लिए बट हमको एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है ये सोसाइटी का ये सोसाइटी जितना उन्नति करेगा बिजनेस भी उतना ही उन्नति करेगा एंड सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है कि हम लोग का ऊपर एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है ये सोसाइटी को कुछ वापस देने के लिए तो ऐसा नहीं है कि बिज़नेस करना खाली बिजनेसमैन आके बिज़नेस करके चला जाएगा बट हमारा मेन मकसद है कि बिज़नेस करते हुए पूरा सोसाइटी का सब लोगों का उन्नति हो
आज क्या उन्नत भारत अभियान there we are imparting training related to various vocational education, for example tailoring, how to make biodegradable bags, how to make sanitary pads at village level. So we are doing that. So
affect the food industry and how sustainable farming should be our priority. And you also mentioned the role of academic institution and scaling. Now you mentioned that corporates play a very key role. So we have Lopamudra ma'am who's from Utkal Alumina, and we would like to listen from her. How can actually corporate create an impactful CSR, not for the sake of taking initiatives, but the results, but the product.
Change. Survival is difficult. Survival will not be there. Forget about sustainability. So change is the only truth. Rest everything is not truth. Change is the only truth. And he gave the example of cockroach, which is surviving since last 2,000, 3,000 years, the only insect, only creature which is surviving. Whereas the biggest creature, dinosaur, is not no one, it's extinct. So basically change is the only truth. When we know change is the only truth, why not empowering to accept the change, create the change, innovate the change? And 25 years back or something, this company started CSR in a philanthropic way. Because that time that was persisting. Dharamshala banana, khana de dena, kapde band dena, kambal band dena, the land, we will do wonder for you. Just give an opportunity. This is a very difficult.
To be given 2 years education for entrepreneurship. So coming to my real topic, which sir other teachers telling, I will tell you one story here. To make changes here, we have Utkal Alumina, we have Vedanta. So lot of partners are there. The second thing I can say you one example of this. Recently हमारा एक प्रोग्राम हुआ था अहमदाबाद में, जिसमें हम लोगों ने सब्जी भाई रोटियां का नाम सुना होंगे.
परिस्थिति यही आई थी। मैं उसका क्यों बोलता हूँ, सब्जी भाई ढोलकिया नीचे अनपढ़ आदमी है, 4 साल तक 4 4 तक पढ़ा है, इज नॉट इमीडिएटली गन टू एनी स्कूल तो 4 तक पढ़ा है। तो उनका पिताजी ने उनको 12 रुपये दे के सूरत भेजी टिकट और 12 रुपये, उन्होंने 12 रुपये लेकर वहां पे उन्होंने बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया। उनका कहने का मतलब है, देखिए 12 रुपये में मैंने बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया था, आज आप बिलीव भी करेंगे वर्ल्ड का जो डायमंड मर्चेंट बोलते हैं ना, सबसे लार्जेस्ट डायमंड हाउस का है सूरत का पीपुल, दूसरा है आपका प्लैनेट, दूसरा है प्रॉफिट। अगर ये 3 चीज को आप नहीं देखेंगे तो आप ये 3 चीज नहीं संभालेंगे। तो इसीलिए
That is the initiative since 2013 by the government in India to collaborate, to cooperate and to work together with the companies. So it was a corporate philanthropy, but it has made by the government of India to make it compulsory for the corporate sector to invest in different sector, not as philanthropy in once in a year or once in 5 years, but to continue the same thing, same activities, so that we can empower citizen and we can move towards citizen-centric governance with progress. To my point of view, I'm not though is a strong feminist, but I support my girl students to be at the forefront, and also I promote them to stand and speak. With that note, it is also said by our Honorable Finance Minister Sitaraman ma'am that quoting during the 1920 budget speech, Vivekananda's letter to Ramakrishna, our development or welfare of the society cannot be possible without the contribution of female or women in the society. The fact is, 50% of the population are women, and we are not right now the second largest population. We are at this time currently the first largest population. When we are at the first largest population and 50% are women or female population, we need to concentrate on female first, as our panel also has 2 female members to represent. Then
Batch has gone, I mean, they have passed out, but they have left the legacy for the juniors to take care of. So that is the thing I wanted. Organize CSR awards. Thank you, Floor, for being present, for being so attentive, for those wonderful questions about Odisha, about the community, people. Thank you each one of the speakers in each session. They now wonderful. Both panel discussions were absolutely insightful and informative. Special. Thank you, Shri Commissioner. Thank you, everyone.